Welcome to Go Fund Yourself. Watch up-and-coming entrepreneurs step into the spotlight to pitch their businesses to you. This is interactive TV. Like what you see? Scan the on-screen QR code with your mobile device and invest in these businesses in real time.
All right, here we go. Let's go. Another round.
You decide whether to help these entrepreneurs' dreams come true
I got to get me some of that.
or tell them to go fund yourself.
I'm in. You had me at Latino.
I think there's a real opportunity there.
Meet the Titans. Ready to ask the questions you, the investors, want answered.
How do you make money?
Creator of Go Fund Yourself, Rory Kataya.
It makes sense to crowdfund something like this and get in now.
Jason Waller.
Can't tell you what to do, but this is a lottery ticket.
David Meltzer.
Things will go viral very quickly.
This isn't just entertainment.
Because there is a huge opportunity.
With the money that you raise, what will you do with it?
That's massive.
Ooh, I like that.
And now, it's time to go fund yourself. Joining our Titans on today's panel are founder of the YVR Entrepreneurs Club, speaker and podcaster Brittany Michaelchuk, and Ashley Rogers, business expert and CEO of Sprinkles. Coming to the stage right now is Jonathan Destler, founder and CEO of Opti-Harvest, a new product that aims to revolutionize the agricultural industry.
We're an agriculture technology company that focuses on increasing crop yield by optimizing the quantity and quality of sunlight. I am absolutely kind of on fire right now to bring this to the next stage and complete our funding so we can broaden commercialization and scale up our sales. Hello, everybody. I'm John Destler. I'm the founder and CEO of Opti-Harvest. Opti-Harvest is an agriculture innovation company that's focused on maximizing crop yield for specialty crops. And we do that by optimizing light, optimizing natural sunlight. What does that mean? The technology behind Opti-Harvest involves well-established science with how plants detect and respond to different parts of the light spectrum. So this is well-established science that's used in indoor growing all the time where you can change the color of lights. What we're doing is applying this to an outdoor setting, bringing better quantity of light and quality of light, so the spectral composition of light to specialty crops.
Give us an example of specialty products.
So specialty crops are fruit and nut crops. So pistachios, almonds, citrus, avocado, blueberry. This particular product is for vines, table grapes and wine grapes. So if I can give you an example of how this works. Newly planted wine grape, especially the further north you go, can take 3, 4, sometimes 5 years to get to grow up onto the trellis wire and create a first crop, right? With this product, with this technology, the new vine is greatly accelerated. It's a combination of delivering the optimum beneficial rays of the sun, combined with a microclimate to protect from heat, cold, wind. That creates a very powerful physiological effect that stimulates growth, shoot production, flowering, and ultimately fruit. So what would normally take 2, 3, 4 years, after one season, the vine is grown up the chamber out onto the trellis. So this has usually a 2-year application from the time the vine is planted. We're dramatically reducing the need for labor. Why? As you probably know, with wine or with other plants you grow at home, when they come sort of attached to a little bamboo stick with a twisty tie, here, very little labor is needed because the chamber naturally grows the vine up the wall of the chamber out onto the trellis system. So that can be thousands of dollars per acre that we're reducing. This textured surface is a lot of sophisticated technology and expertise went into this. Our science team, our chief science officer has 35 years plus. She's world-renowned in her expertise in plant-light interaction. So plant physiology, biochemistry, and optical physics, PhDs, all went into the design of this. Made to look simple, very sophisticated.
So how does this structure impact the light or somehow impact the light waves that you're seeking to amplify?
So light is filtered through the walls and what comes through the top, harnessing light into the chamber. It optimizes a mix of natural sunlight and enriching, it's called enriching in red, in certain parts of the red light spectrum, known to have this signaling to the plant to thrive, basically.
So there's different colored structures depending upon the specialty crop?
Red enriched light is what we're using because we want to stimulate growth. Indoor growing and different applications, sometimes they want to slow it down. We're all about increasing growth for newly planted and improving the yield in mature crops.
So no power is required.
No power is required, naturally filtering the light through the wall here, and then again, the microclimate. That combination is very powerful. Now, important to note, the effect that the plant is getting above ground, it's also stimulating below ground. So bigger root system is being established, where we've had trials now in the last few years with UC Davis, reducing irrigation by up to 75%. Bigger root system, more roots to drink up the water. The other effect, because of the protection of the microclimate of this, we're protecting from some of the effects of extreme heat, which tends to cause heat stress and damage. So evapotranspiration from the berries and the leaves. So that combination is very important for water use efficiency. So lower water needs, lower labor costs, and overall improvement in yield, getting into production sooner is a game changer for growers. Early on, as we started with our prototype testing, doing field trials with some of the largest growers in the country in California, third-party field trials, the results were so dramatic, getting 20, 25, 30% increases in crop yield. As those results started coming in pretty much out of the gate, we all sort of looked at each other and in various moments and said, wow, we're really onto something here. We're seeing improvements of anywhere from 20 to 40% improvements in yield compared to traditional conventional methods, sort of genetics, chemicals, fertilizers, irrigation systems. If you get 5%, that is significant. So this is really a big deal.
Are you selling this now? Do you have revenue?
We are. We formed the company in 2016. We did 6 years of field trials. We work with the largest growers, some of them are the largest in the world, but in California, in citrus, pistachio. We went into commercialization in the last year and a half, and this is a big part of what we're raising money for. We need money to fulfill the demand, expand our infrastructure for manufacturing, for sales, and deployment of the technology, and a very large patent portfolio, very important as well.
Where do you get them manufactured?
So this is manufactured about 20 miles from where we're sitting here in Long Beach. So this is injection molding. So we started with China. We decided, I decided we want to move everything to the United States. So this is all made in America, sustainable. We work very closely with BASF and ExxonMobil. All of these products are made from recyclable high-density polyethylene. So that's part of our solution. At the end of life, we will reclaim the products. And these can be put out either as a purchase or as a finance and a lease option.
This just seems like such a no-brainer.
Right. That's
like what challenges have you faced? Why isn't this everywhere on every grower's land?
And is anyone else doing it?
So the answer is no. That's our patent protection. They've tried different methods of plastic sheets. We have broad patent coverage, and I don't know anybody doing similar. I think this will be everywhere. I think this will be, and many of the growers we work with, I think this will be a common practice like having a drip line.
But why isn't it already? What challenges have you faced? You've been doing this since 2016. I got it. You had 6 years of trials. It makes sense because you have to be thorough. You got to put the research out. No one's doing it without the data. Okay, but now, that's years ago already.
Growers will look at, especially the large ones we work with, and say, okay, I see this data. I want to try it for myself. Now we have commercial. We have 35 customers, paying customers. Now they want to expand. They move carefully. There's a bit of that, and there's a bit of education, right? Growers are slow to change.
Is it costly? Is that why people are not adopting it faster? What's the cost?
So a unit like this costs somewhere between $15 and $20.
That's it?
12 to 15 year life, and they generate probably somewhere between $6 and $7 per application.
And,
right?
and a 20% increase in growth, as you've described it, translates into what in terms of dollars?
It's different for different different technologies.
Course,
so here it's not the growth. Here
for
it's
$20 for a $20 cost, this is going to increase their production by what?
You're going to get a 6-7x return on your investment.
That's amazing.
On $1 million order, what's your cost of goods?
Our margins are probably around 40%, something like that.
And you can't double the price? You don't think it's still a quantifiable, you couldn't articulate the value if you doubled the price to $40 for that? And you can't double the price. You don't think it's still a quantifiable, you couldn't articulate the value if you doubled the price to $40 for that?
I think that what's going to happen, part of what we're raising in our Reg A right now is to bring the manufacturing in-house. That will lower our cost of goods by 30–40%.
If there was one sentence that you could share with the entire world to get them excited to invest with you, what would it be?
It would be, this is what 21st century agriculture looks like.
I mean, I think it's a no-brainer based off everything that you said. I'm sold on it.
Hey, excellent job.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Awesome job.
I was really impressed with the Titans in understanding the story and asking really good questions. Very impressed with the questions they asked. They seemed to get what I was conveying, describing the technology. I think overall it was a great experience.
I loved it. I loved the way he communicated it. It was powerful, and I liked that it was very unique. It's not something we've seen, and I think there's a lot of potential for it. The two things that I would have liked to see more of in the pitch is testimonials from past clients, knowing that it's worked, because I think everyone is curious, does this actually work?
There's people that have tried it, and they're tough customers. They're closed-minded, very cost-conscious customers. I think, as you do, it's a no-brainer.
No one else is doing it. He has no competitors. I think it's a no-brainer. I love it.
Everything you guys said is correct. He has just got to raise capital to backfill what he's getting ready to sell. That is what the listeners and the viewers need to see, is that's an opportunity right there. It's not guessing, it's not throwing a dart, it's not pissing in the wind. This guy literally has the map, has the orders, is ready to rock and roll.
Congratulations to him. I think he's got something special. I think he's going to do really, really well. I think this is going to resonate with a lot of people.
Opti-Harvest is a great idea. I stay away from all the chemicals and all that, so I would definitely be interested in something like that.
I mean, I would invest in it because I think it should help us. It should help the consumer, so why not?
This would be great for the farmers.
Don't forget to scan the QR code.
Scan the code.
Scan that code.
Go fund yourself.
Returning as our guest titans for this next presentation are Brittany Michalchuk, as well as Ashley Rogers. And here to introduce a company that hopes to tap into one of the world's most precious commodities is Brody Sutherland, CEO of Patriot Critical Minerals.
It's easy to forget how important mining is to our everyday life. And what Patriot Critical Minerals is looking to do is be innovative and provide metals that we all need to thrive as a society. Thank you, Titans, for taking the time to listen to our story today. My name is Brody Sutherland. I'm CEO of Patriot Critical Minerals. And really, the opportunity that we present today is quite unique in that not only do we have opportunity to grow as a company, but this is vital to national security.
Ooh.
For decades, the U.S. has relied on other countries to develop the metals that we need. One of those metals is tungsten. Tungsten is hard as diamond, it's as dense as gold, and it has a very high melting temperature. This makes it the ideal alloy for a number of industrial applications, for energy, but most importantly, for military applications, to keep our soldiers safe and give them a competitive advantage. Now, here's the issue. China, Russia, and North Korea control 90% of it. 83% of that comes from China. And the last 2 years, their production has been declining. They're running out of it. In February this year, they said no more export of tungsten, especially to the United States. Since that announcement, the price of tungsten has doubled, and it doesn't look like it's slowing down. The US has produced 0 in the last decade. They've announced that tungsten is top 10 for critical minerals that we need domestic supply of, and they're willing to step in to help support projects like this today. They've also determined with 100% probability that if we do not find domestic supply, our GDP will drop. And that's where Patriot Critical Minerals comes into play. We have 100% ownership and control of the largest and only SEC compliant tungsten resource in America.
I'm sorry, compliant, did you say SEC compliant?
That's right. Yeah.
So what makes it SEC compliant?
It's been verified by independent consultants to confirm that that resource is real, in the ground, and viable to take out.
Have you physically verified it too? Like, has it been mined?
It's got a very long history to it. It's been past operators are some of the biggest mining companies in the world. They were looking at this in the 70s and 80s when tungsten's primary use was light bulb filaments. We have the benefit of decades of past work that was completed on this project, and we can utilize that to move forward quickly with it. And once we started to review that, we could see that this had great economic potential.
Help me understand why tungsten's so important today.
It's used in ammunition because of its strength, and it's used in armory for tanks, aircraft, etc., because it's very long lasting and it can take a punch as well as deliver it. And that's why we need it.
Well, how much are you looking to raise?
We're looking to raise approximately $15 million US to advance the project through to pre-feasibility. So this is an economic study that would be SEC compliant, that gets us and allows us to tell the market what's there for a resource and what it would cost to actually mine it.
What's the timeline on that? You got the $15 million tomorrow. What's the timeline to get to the next step? What's the timeline on that? You got the $15 million tomorrow. What's the timeline to get to the next step?
We're looking at 2 years to get through pre-feasibility and start moving through feasibility, which is the next level in terms of understanding the economics of it. While we're doing that, what we want to do is start building a pilot mine production, because our deposit's right at surface. And to build the pilot production means we can get online quicker, start supplying the market here in the US now.
Where is the land and why do you have access to this land?
Yep, so we have 100% control of this land. It's on BLM, so federal owned land. These are claims that were staked in the past. We knew that that asset existed. It was historically known. We had a connection to the owner, the vendor that had kept those claims in good standing for 40 years. And we secured that, luckily, in March of this year, right as this whole supply dynamic globally had shifted.
And then the $15 million you used to invest in the equipment?
It'll be invested, the breakdown will be $10 million towards additional drilling. So how we define and expand our resources through drilling. So we'll do that. $5 million will then get broken out to metallurgy, which is how you recover that metal and optimize how much you can get out of the ground, out of the rock. And then the economic studies themselves to advance it through to the level where there's the highest degree of confidence that you can build this mine and take it into production.
Did you say other people weren't doing this in the US?
There are only a few groups that are looking at tungsten in the US. The opportunity and how we differentiate ourselves is that this asset is huge. It is the largest in America. A lot of these tungsten deposits are very small, very narrow. They have very short life of mine. This would have a lot of longevity to it.
Why aren't they currently doing it?
Really, it's come down to the dynamics with the tungsten price. So only over the last year has it moved significantly. Before, tungsten at $300, which we call it a metric ton unit. For tungsten, it's about the size of a grapefruit. It's $300 for that a year ago. Now it's about $650 for that. And so a lot of these are catching up, but the advantage that we have is all the historic work that was completed by these big major mining companies in the past. No one else has that, yeah.
So if it's not a profitable enough resource to mine, but you're saying it is now, what confidence do you have that the price isn't going to drop to make it not desirable to mine anymore?
I think we've learned our lesson, not to rely on China to supply us with one metal specifically. What we're also seeing is that the US government has stepped in. We've seen in rare earths where they've come and set a floor for that commodity. So China can't come in years down the road and oversupply the market to crash the price so that you have to buy it from them. Now we can set that floor. These projects can thrive because we do need domestic source for it.
It's hard because if you like high risk investments, I suggest you invest because he has been able to mitigate risks. But I know these deals, they're high risk. And if you're into those deals, this seems like a good one from what I've heard.
The US government right now is stepping up to the plate to support these projects. And this is a major de-risking factor as well. And that's something that we're looking to utilize as we move forward.
Is there funding or grants you can get from the government?
100%, yeah. There's right now the Department of Defense, which we've had initial discussions with. They're looking to support these projects through to pre-feasibility, even at this stage of the project, but also supporting it through full development.
What is it that you want to leave the viewers with? What is it you want to tell them?
We need these metals. We need more of it closer to home. And we have just learned the biggest lesson. By leaning on other countries to supply it for you, that is a huge risk. And we have these metals right here. We can exploit them with the people that we have, with the projects, with the process, and that's what we're looking to do.
That's good. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Being able to present to not only this panel, but to a broader audience is a great way to get our story out there. And right now, any accredited investor can invest in our company.
People invest hundreds of millions, billions of dollars in biotechs. And in biotechs, you're going to invest money and they're going to then start testing, and they have no idea, really, their fingers crossed for the most part, whether or not this is going to pass their clinical trials. And then there's a whole series of them that they have to get through. And then you have to get through the FDA and everything else. But people are putting their money in because they're hoping that that one is a home run.
Right.
So I get it.
I don't know a lot about mining, right? But I know that this guy cares about our country, cares about the defense, says he's got opportunity for defense contracts. They're in talks with him. I've read about tungsten before and seen where China stopped importing it to us. I like the opportunity here. It's a little risky, but if he's got some government contracts in hand or he's talking to them and he's got an opportunity to make a difference here in the country, I'm all for it.
I believe Patriot Critical Minerals is a good company. I feel like we should expand our options and where to get like minerals and elements so we don't have to rely on supply chains like China.
I'm glad somebody's out there doing it.
It's a company I would invest in.
Scan that code.
Scan that code.
Go find yourself.